Okay, so in the Selenium class, right? So till yesterday we have discussed how to launch a different browsers, and we'll definitely automation is kind of a testing, right? Definitely you will be getting a lot of issues. So you need to first have lot of patience. Okay, so it will be you need to have a lot of patience. Otherwise, it's not about lot of patience. You should sit down not 1 or 2 hours, if it possible, for a week also to fix your issues. If you think if you are not able to fix that issue and you don't want to do it, I think this is not your course. You need to look for another option. But if you wanted to learn, if you wanted to, yes, I will resolve this issue only, then I'll do other work. If you have that attitude, then continue. Otherwise, it is still we have time. You can take an alternate option and you can get rid of this automation. But if you want to continue in this, you should know how you should not be knowing how to fix, you should be knowing how to troubleshoot. You should be knowing how to check the internet and get your things resolved. Okay, all right. Now, so we know how to launch a browser Chrome, and we learned few methods, right? We learned how to get the page title. We know now how to get the current URL. So we also written an if condition to check. It might be anything, but we know how to write the if condition. So now we also knew how to compare two strings. Whenever you have to compare two strings, we use a equals method. We also lot many methods. Once you put a dot after the string variable, it will show a lot of options, lot of methods. You can practice many things. So till now you should have done a lot of practice on all the methods, but half of them have not started. So half of them have started, but there is no result at all. So you should be very quick. You should dedicate time. Okay, you should spend more lot of time. See, spending 1 or 2 hours, if you think you have done something bigger, no, 1 2 hours is not even counted. You have to spend hours together, 6 hours, 8 hours to get rid of some bigger issues in real time. So how will you manage them? These are the small problem that you are facing right now. So you should know how to resolve it. Okay. Now, so this is today's class is very important. Uh, Try to make a fair notes. Try to write it meaningful. Okay. Try to write meaningful one note so that you once you refer it, right? Once you refer it, you will be able to understand how how to practice or how to write the code. Okay. All right. So see, right? So one of the important advantage and one of the important dependency of Selenium is, right? It only works on the web pages. Hope you know that, right? We did not forgot that, everyone. The Selenium, whatever we write, it only works on web pages. Correct? Now, when I say web pages, what languages developer use to develop the web pages? Everyone, what languages web developer will be using it?
HTML.
Right. All the web pages. This is very important line. Selenium only supports a web pages which are specifically developed by a web developer, which is again language used is HTML. And of course, there will be no web page or no website without HTML. I'm just saying if any web page is not developed using HTML language, your Selenium will not support. Don't don't blindly do an automation without knowing anything. Don't start writing the script. That will show your incapacity of automation knowledge. Selenium will not support other than HTML pages. Is that clear, everyone? So
Yes,
if you're
Srinath.
automation tester, it doesn't mean that the moment they tell something, you keep on writing. You should know that Selenium only supports web pages. Selenium supports only web pages which are developed by HTML language. When I say HTML language, HTML is nothing but no hypertext markup language. And lot of tags are involved. We, when I say we, the web developers use lot of HTML tags, right? There are a lot of HTML tags in the HTML language. A web developer will be using that particular language, and he or she will be developing the web pages. Hope that is clear. Selenium only talk to web pages which are written in HTML language, right? So now with continuation of that, right? So whenever I open any web page, right? Any web page. Now let's open a Google web page. Now this is the web page, right? We are not bothered of this all links, what is this color and all. Right now our concentration is different. We are discussing about what is a web page, how Selenium can interact with your web pages. Now Selenium can only interact with the web pages because of the HTML language, right? Now please make a note. Please look at the screen. Look at the screen. So every day, or your throughout your journey of your automation tester, right? You will be looking at the HTML code, right? Now this text, like what you see the text box, right? This is being written by a web developer using some HTML tags. This is an hyperlink, Gmail, right? So this is a text box. In terms of HTML language, this is the input text box. This is the hyperlink. The word about is a text name. About is a text name, correct? About is a text name, but this is a link, right? Can you see the pointer is changing here? Pointer is changing. Can you see the screen, everyone? Can you
Srinath.
see the screen,
Yes,
everyone? The
Vinod.
pointer is
Yes.
changing. Mouse
Mm.
pointer is changing to a hyperlink. It means the person who has written the HTML code, he has written a code on this word and he's making that about word into a hyperlink. Same way, he's using this box as a text box, accepting some input. That's why it comes under input tag. Like vice versa, there are lot many tags where web developer will be using it in order to prepare this web page. And we are more in line towards reading and understanding. Hey, what is his name? I saw someone joining the call. Where is that? Okay, she has not joined. Okay, sorry. Right. So now we understand Selenium supports web pages. Web pages are developed using HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language which is used to develop web pages. And Selenium talk to only HTML code. Now we understand. But where do I find this? Right? No developer will give you the source code, actual source code of the web page. Correct? No developer will give you. Now, how should I get it? Now, so whenever you wanted to automate any web page, whenever you want to automate any web page, what you do, you will, let's say, now you want to launch the URL. What do? You copy this, correct? You copy this and pass this onto your get method, correct? Driver.get method, we pass this URL. We pass this URL. Okay. So far it is good. What is the next step? Now imagine I wanted to enter this value, correct? I want to enter this value. So how will your script sitting in your laptop, say, sitting somewhere laptop in India, you are sitting somewhere here. Google page hosted in server is in US or anywhere in this world. How will your script identify that yes, it should launch this URL and it should enter the value in this text box? So it means we should understand how this text box is developed, correct? Okay, now text box developed. We should understand how should our message from here. Now, example, if you want to pass Selenium word into this text box, I want to pass Selenium word from here to this text box. How will I do it? How will I do it? Right now, now importantly, like if you take an example of mobile numbers, if I want to call someone, I will have a mobile number with me. Then only I can reach that person. So mobile number is acting as a point of contact. The same way, if I want to send out an email, I need to have an email address of that person. Correct? If I want to send out a letter to someone, I need to have an address of that letter. Correct? Or address of that person. Then only I can send it. Right? But in this case also, if I want to enter the text here, Selenium, I need I need to know the address of this text box. Then only I can enter the value in it. So what will be the address? How can I get the address? Now we keep on talking about the HTML code. So HTML code is our source to get the address of any web element. Address of any web element. Correct? Now, where will I get it? Now let's say now you got the context. Now this text box needs to be this text box. I need to enter the value and I want to know the address so that I can pass the Selenium text into this text box. Now, how will I get the address? Okay. Now, in terms of address, that is, we use a normal word address. Human beings understand being address. But how will a Selenium understands? How will a Selenium understands that address? What language Selenium will understand? Right? That is our context. I wanted to send this text message. What we need to understand, right? First, we need to understand what is the structure of that HTML, how this web page is developed. You should, as an automation tester, you should understand how this web page is rendering on the internet or into the browser. Now, if I open Firefox, this Chrome will display. If I open Edge, this Google page will display. So irrespective of any browser, right, the Google page displays same. Correct? The developer who has developed the code, HTML code, he might have kept it in mind, right? My Google will be open in anywhere. I can open in mobile. I can open in Chrome. I can open in IE. So he or she, and if he opens in anywhere, the Google should work as usual. So how that page is rendering in that applications in laptop, if you open, it will work fine. If you open in a mobile, it will work fine. If you open in a uh, tab, if you have it should work fine. So irrespective of any device you use, how your web page is rendering is all about the HTML code that is running in the behind. Okay. Now, what is that code? Now, generally, where should we find this? So whenever you wanted to talk to this, right, always do a right click on it and click on inspect. Again, right click on it, click on inspect. Now this is the developer tool. Okay, this is the developer tool. Okay, see this is the developer tool where it shows the complete HTML code. Now, what is called actually? This is called right from the top. See this right from the top HTML tag to end of this HTML tag. You have lot many tags inside it. Right from the parent element of HTML to till now this body is completely this whole HTML where this page is working, right? This is called as DOM. DOM, document object model, right? This is nothing but the DOM is a kind of a structure which is displaying by with the help of this code only, this particular web page is working fine, right? So these are the element. Now this text box, right? If I did it, right click, this is the one. Because of this code only, because of this code, this text box is working fine, right? Now another way of inspecting, the moment it opens, if I take this symbol inspect and I go and click on any web element I want to automate, or I wanted to automate this one, or I want to automate this link, whatever you want to automate, if you select that link or web element with the help of this pointer, automatically it displays it will highlight the respective code, HTML code on the developer console. Okay. All right. Now this is called DOM structure, DOM structure. Now DOM structure can be of two types. Now what you see is the kind of HTML code. The DOM is now the DOM is representing in the form of HTML code. Now this, right, this can be represented in a tree format. This can be represented in tree mode. See here, there's a head. Sorry, there's a HTML tag. There's a head. There is a body. Correct. Inside body, I have style sheet. I have div class. Right. I have lot many child classes inside my parent class. See, I have many things. I have script. Depends on the requirement. Developer will be using all these tags to make sure this Google page is working fine. So now this DOM structure, what you see is in the form of an HTML structure where it is displaying all the buttons, right? All the input fields, all the images, what you see here. See, Google is image, sign in button, right? So in vice versa, there is any other images? No, there are hyperlinks, right? So this will help. The DOM structure will help the automation tester to interact with the prospective element. And generally, it is DOM is if it is said to be an important fundamental concept for a web development. Anyone who is doing a web development, he or she will be having a thorough knowledge on this DOM structure. But as an automation tester, you will not be deep diving into what is this all, but you will be only worrying of a particular, let's say you want to pass a value to this text box. What is this text box is and how this has been developed? What are the uh, elements that someone has used? What is the tag name is text area? What is the attribute name is class? Attribute value is this. Another attribute name is this. Another attribute value is this. So you are only concerned of these areas, this HTML code, which is uniquely identifying this particular text box. Any doubts so far? Any doubts so far?
No
While
worries.
while clicking on that code, we will highlight that one, right? We know which one,
Yeah, two
Gmail or
ways.
image.
Two ways we can do it. Now I'm in here like this. I'll let's say if I want to do it on Gmail, I want to click this button. I'll
Yes.
do a right click. I'll do an inspect. Automatically it will highlight.
Okay. Okay.
Or or after this one you want to automate some other one, you can just select this icon, this inspect. This is called inspector actually. If you want to click on this image, just select this one. See, just now this has been
It will
highlighted.
it will automatically goes to that code.
That's it.
Okay.
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 All right. So understanding the DOM structure is very, very important. So the importance of DOM structure in our automation, right? It gives us an enough opportunity to Selenium testers to interact with the web elements, right? If you don't know what is a structure, if you don't know, right? If this is a parent, this is a parent, this is a parent, and inside that we have a lot of child classes, child nodes. So we call that as a nodes. Now, if you don't know or if you don't understand it, right? In future, what happens? There will be parent window, child windows, parent windows, child windows, right? You will not be able to automate those windows, frames within a frames within a frames. That concept we'll see in future. But now you need to know what is the DOM structure and how it is represented. Now, again, there will be few elements on the web pages. It keep on changing dynamically. So DOM structure will help us which elements are changing dynamically. You can target that element for the automation. And of course, if you don't understand DOM properly, so you'll not be able to prepare your automation scripts which can run consistently. By taking a wrong address of a wrong element, you will end up clicking wrong web element and you keep on troubleshooting where is an issue. Okay, please make sure you always prepare a consistent scripting with the help of this DOM structure, and DOM structure you know how to open it. Okay, and it is very clear, right? See, whatever has been there, it is nothing to hide. Everything is clear in front of you. Everything is clear, and you can see how the HTML code is written, right? So don't worry, you will not be writing anything here. You will not be learning anything here. You will be only learning how to how to select a particular value or how to automate a particular button. You'll take the inputs from here. I'll show you in few minutes. Okay. Any doubts so far?
Child window is
Vinod.
nothing but pop-up, Vinod.
Yeah. So that might be pop up. That might be now. Let's see. This is the one. If you look at the screen now, inside the div element, right? I have style. See here. The div is the parent. Inside style, I have a different again. So this is going to be a parent again. On div also there is another super parent, which is again a, see this one. So this all comes under the from the HTML tag only, right? Main parent is HTML only. So if you minimize this one, see HTML opening and HTML closing. These are the parent element, parent nodes. All inside are parent nodes and subnodes. You can call as a child and siblings, basically. Okay.
Okay, one parent window, remaining all.
Yeah, don't worry, don't think too much about this. Don't think too much about this. The concept of this to understand from where you to pick up the element address. Okay. Now, if there are any too many windows, you will get first write the first script, first automate basic pages, then we'll think about the advanced levels. You will get confused day by day. You will get confused of new topics will be added. If you don't complete your initial practice, lot of confusion will be starting. Now today's recording, you will be making a note definitely, but while practicing, you'll not understand anything. Again, you have to do it from the beginning because you missed practice for the previous sessions. So whatever I'm telling, go with my pace. I'll be telling you. I was telling you all these days very slowly, but because of the assignments, you'll be falling behind. Okay. So right now, please understand how to get an address of a particular web element from the DOM structure. Okay. No. Uh, so this is the this was the DOM structure right now. What we see on the screen. This was a simple HTML code. What we saw for the Google Chrome, it was the bigger one. What is the smaller one? What you see here, right? Now this is the DOM structure, which is representing in the HTML core code format. But when we look at the tree format, this is how it looked like. Okay, so obviously the root element will be the HTML, and under that you have an head, title, page title, element, body. Under that, a tag is a anchor tag, right? Whatever you see links on the web pages, this is created with the help of a anchor tag, with the help of a href. Href is an attribute, and whatever value you pass inside the href, that will act as a hyperlink on the web pages. So this is the DOM tree format. Again, you should not be thoroughly understanding, but just to know that there is a DOM structure, which is of HTML and the tree format. Okay. All right. So yeah, now let's say if we wanted to, now let's say if we wanted to pass any value to this text box. Now we understand we need to get the address. Now how Selenium will understand how to get the right, how to get the address of this particular text from this area, right? Now Selenium has a concept called as locators. Make a note, Selenium locators. So Selenium with the help of a locator, Selenium with the help of a locator, right? It will enable your automation testing, automated test scripts to identify and interact the web elements, right? Within the DOM structure, right? So what you do, you pick up the address from here, from the DOM structure. You'll pass that address. Now, when I say address, these are the locators. You pass that locator inside your scripting, and that will connect your Selenium script to your the page which you wanted to automate. Right now, what does locator do? Locator allows a tester to perform various actions that can be clicking on a button, entering a text message, or validating the particular element present or not. Okay. Now these are the basic job of a locators that Selenium is using. Now out of like in locators we have couple of locators that we'll discuss. Please make a note of this locators right now. So these are the Selenium locators that we'll be using for today, and we'll be giving an assignments on this also so that we can start practicing it. Done writing?
Done, Vinod.
Okay. Now,
Done, Vinod.
okay. So now let's go with the let's go with the locators now. So now we understand there are what is here on the screen. There are four locators now. One is ID, one is name, class name, and tag name. Okay. Now, now how this can be used? How this can be used in your scripting? So what you are doing, you are identifying the element on the web page with the help of these locators. What are you doing? You are identifying the elements on the web page with the help of these locators. What are you telling? Hey, you're writing your script in the Eclipse. You're telling, hey, script, go and find the element with this ID on that web page and do this operation. What operation? Click it or pass this text. Okay. Now again, how are we going to do it? We know we create a variable for the web driver. Correct? That is a driver. Now you're telling, hey, a driver, go and find that element on the web page. Once you find it, you click on it. Once you find it, you enter the message. Once you find it, select the checkbox. Once you find it, select the radio button or click on submit button, whatever it is. Right now, how we do it? How we do it now? Please look at it. Concentrate here. Make a note. Now, let's say I wanted to. There is a URL. Okay. What is that URL? Okay, I have it on the scripting. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me check the URL. Practice. Right. I'm giving you this URL. Do not touch any live environment like Amazon and all. It will unnecessarily it will block. I told you, right? Make a note of this. I'm just passing this. You'll be doing all assignments on this one only now. Okay, this is a practice web page where you'll be practicing it for a few days. Now this is a form, and obviously this is written or developed in a HTML. How do I do it? I'll do a right click and do an inspect. Now I get all the HTML code of this particular page. Okay. Now the moment you will know, the first step is what? The first step is launching the URL. Now the URL is launched. Second step is what? I wanted to enter the value on this text box. What is that I do? I want to enter the value in this text box. So how do I do it? I'll take the mouse pointer and click on this. Now it has highlighted. Now you should be knowing out of this DOM structure, text box will have two input tags. In the two types of tags. One is input tag, see here. Other one is text area. If it is accepting multiple lines on the web page, then it will be text area. If it is accepting only this one line of string or text, then it will be input type. Okay, so you should know. You should not be writing anything. You can see it is displaying here the input. See here, input type is input. Okay, now what we are learning here, we are learning how to automate with the help of a locators. Now come back to our presentation. What I have ID, correct? I have a locator called ID. Now I will, okay, now I will go and check in this particular HTML code for this text box. Do I have a ID? See here, this is the tag name. This is attribute, value of the attribute. Now I have a ID here. See here, everyone can see the screen?
Yes,
ID,
Vinod.
Yes,
correct?
Vinod.
Now I have a ID, right? Now I can use this ID. What is the value of the ID? First name. It is in double quotes. Please look at it. It is in double quotes. Now what will I do? If I want to pass a value here through automation, I have to take a unique value from here, from the whole DOM structure. This unique ID should identify the text box when my automation script is running. Now, in this HTML code, I have ID as a unique one, which doesn't have anywhere. See here, this ID should be combination of everything. So ID can be there everyone, but input type, input class, again, this line will be unique to this particular text box only. Okay. Now, if I go and select here also, see, this is also an input tag, but the ID name changing, right? ID last name is this one. ID first name is first name, like this. This it's first name. Okay. Now, the first locator, what we are learning is the ID. Now, with the help of ID, we are trying to identify the first name text box. How will I do it? Now, let me copy this one. Where is this? Right. Now, this is the, where is the ID? This is a value, right? Correct? This is a value. Copy this one carefully. Don't. This is the value which got it from here. Now, what will I do? What will I do? I'll go to Eclipse, right? I'll go to Eclipse. Obviously, first I need to what? I need to launch the browser, right? I'll copy this one. We already know this. Okay. We already know this. Now my browser is launched. What's my next? I need to pass the URL, right?
URL.
How will I pass the URL? Driver dot get and double quotes. I'll pass the URL. What is the URL? This is the URL, right? Save it. URL is passed. No errors at all, right? Everything is clean. Now, the moment the form's loaded, I have to enter the value in the first name. Now, how should I do it? Obviously, this will remain same driver. Okay. Now, what we are telling, we should tell, hey, script, go and find the element on the web page, right? Now, there is a method called dot find element. Okay. There's a method called find element and find elements. If you want, if you want to find multiple elements that we'll discuss in future in advanced topics, if you want to find multiple elements on the web page, and if you want to get a count, then we use elements. But if you're targeting to find out only one element, then we'll use find element. Okay. Now find element. How do I do it? There is a class called by. If you put dot. Now the moment if you put dot, these are all the locators Selenium has. Okay. That we'll discuss as in when time comes. But now what are we doing? We are studying about ID, right? We're studying about ID. What do? You put ID, correct? Everyone, any confusion so far?
No, we know.
No confusion? All good?
Yes.
What is the method that we are doing it now?
Find element.
Find element or elements?
Element.
Element.
For one
Element. Don't
For
put
one
find
element.
elements, it will keep on throwing an error. I'm telling you again and again. Don't blindly select. Don't blindly select. Okay? Right? Okay. Now, this, now we should tell what is the value that it should look. Okay. Now, by just place mouse pointer. See, by you need to import one library, automatically it adds. Now, what are we telling? Find the element by ID. What is the value that we captured? This is the value, right?
Name.
Correct. Find the
Date.
element by ID. The value is this. But what are we doing here now? We have to pass the value, right? There is there is a there is a there is a method. There is a method of There's a method to pass the value which is send keys. Double quotes. What do you want to pass now? I'm just passing my name. Put a colon. Now you're learning two new things today. Not two, four new things, not four, five new things. One, you learning what is a locator ID, how to write. You learning what is find element. You're learning what is by, when to use. With the help of ID, we are passing the values using send keys. Okay. Now, step one is done, right? Same way we do it for step two, last name. What is ID? Value is this. I'll copy this. I'll come back to the script. Timing, I'll paste it here. Come down. I'll copy this instead of writing again and again. I'll remove this. While copying, be careful. There should not be any space left. Remove the space. Now this time I'm passing last name Kumar. Now there is a form, first name, last name. Give me 1 minute. Okay, right now. Oh, what is some calls will come automatically disturbance. Now I want to enter the value in job title, right? What I'll do? Job title,
Inspect.
go here, select this one. What is the job title ID is? Job title here, copy, okay. And this time I'll copy this one. I'll copy this, copy into this one. This time, just say give a lead and save it. Let's see till this time, this point of time, it is working as expected. Okay, run this one, run as Java application. It has entered, right? See, Vinod Kumar QLA. Everyone, can you see it, right?
Yes, Vinod.
Okay. Now it was not maximizing. How do I do maximizing?
Driver dot
Driver dot
manage dot manage
manage dot manage dot window
dot maximize.
dot
Not to maximize
maximize.
method.
Right? Maximizing is done. Now till QA it is writing properly. Right? Now, what is the next step? Now we have a radio button. Right? So this is radio button. Oh, it's selecting all. Okay, let me refresh. We wanted to select the radio button. What I'll do this time? Select this one, inspector, and I want to select the high school. Now it has displayed it. What is ID name? This is ID name. I'll come back here. I'll this time I'll copy this, put it here, copy this one, paste it. This time it is not a sending anything, right? This time it is performing a click operation, correct? Now there is a click. Make a
Click.
note, click method, make a note of find element, make a note of buy, make a note of ID, make a note of send keys, make a note of click. Everything you should make a note. Okay, so now click operation is done. Again, I have whether it's a male, female, it is asking. Now, this time, let's see, is there any, now I have name also, right? Here, see here, name and class name. Everyone, as a locator, it has a name also, right? Name is also locator, class name is also a locator. But the web developer has not given any name here. There will be name mentioned. Or now let's say if we look at Google. Okay, now if I do a inspect, see here, if I look at, see there's a class. See here, class. And see there is a name. See here. Guys are able to see the screen.
Yes, Vinod. The name highlighted.
Yes.
Right? Name is highlighted. Now
Yes,
this is the
Vinod.
name locator. That is a value. Q.
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 How will I write if you are automating this page? How will I write by? Let's not disturb this one. How will I write? I'll write dot name. But what is the value developer has given to it? Q. Yes or no? Q. I can use class name. Is the class name. This is the name. Right. I can see there is an ID. If it has any ID. Text area. See the text area I told, right? text area. There is no ID given by the developer. Okay. So whenever there is any, whenever there is any a time where you don't find ID, then you look for name. Whenever you don't find a name, you look for a class name. Whenever you don't find a class name, you look for a class name. This is tag name. It is not compulsory that I should go with this sequence. It is my will and wish. I wanted to find an element using name, find an element using class name, tag name. But more powerful way of identifying the element out of this all four is the ID.
ID.
Okay. Sometimes name can be same. Sometimes name can be same. There might be two input tags. There might be two class names same, but ID remains unique.
Unique.
But sometimes you don't find ID, then we'll discuss how to find those elements. But for the practice, you should be selecting this one. Okay. Now, where are we now? Okay, we'll remove this one and save it. Now all good. Where are we till? Oh, okay. It is completed. Now this is it. I'll select inspect. I want to select mail, right? Then come back here. What is this? ID name is checkbox one. The name has given. Then I'll copy here. Then see, I'm just copying it because it will waste our time, right? So while copying, be careful. I want you to type it. Okay, I want you to type it. See, it is throwing some error. What is error, guys? Can you identify?
Slash.
Can you
I
identify?
tested.
Slash.
And
Backslash
click of
after one.
and click method is also not count. Check. Dot check.
Right? This is how there should be a careful when you copying it. Now checkbox is done. Now here is a drop down. Correct? How to automate a drop down? How to automate a drop down in Selenium? Make a note. Handling drop down in Selenium. Handling drop down in Selenium. This will be interview question. Compulsory people will ask, how do you automate Selenium with like drop down? Okay. Now, before before automating a drop down, please listen carefully. Make a note if possible. If you have habit of forgetting things, make a note. Make a note, add as details as possible. Now, uh, generally, right, whenever a web developer develops the pages, depends on the requirement, he'll keep changing. He'll add ID, what we saw sometimes, and you will not find IDs. You will have only name. Sometimes you don't have name, sometimes you have class name. So it depends on the web developer what he's using. Now, when it comes to drop down, right? When it comes to drop down, how do we automate? Now, before directly jumping onto the automation, right? First thing, when you should go and inspect that drop down. Okay. Once you should go and inspect that drop down. Now, whenever you find there are two ways of automating the drop down. That two ways depends on what. Now, the moment you see a selected tag, the moment you see selected tag, okay, the moment you see a selected tag, you will automate with the help of a select class. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me have a small thing to do. I need to type something in my office. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so whenever you're about to do an automation, first thing what you need to check whether that particular drop down is selected or developed with the help of a select class. Okay, sorry. If it is developed with the help of select tag, okay, if it is developed using a select tag, we will be using select class. If you find select tag in HTML, okay, if you find select tag in HTML, what you will use? You will use select class. Okay, now make a note of this. Make a note of this. Now select class has 4 or 5 methods, but ideally we'll use only top 3, which is select by visible text, select by index, select by value. Making a note? Let me know once you're done.
Spinner.
Done, Vinod.
Done? Okay. Now what it's saying, whenever you want to automate a drop down, if I find in the HTML or in the DOM structure, if the drop down is developed using a select tag, I will be using select class to automate a drop down. Okay. Now what is the syntax of it? What is the syntax of select class? Now I'll write like this: select variable is equal to new select column. This is the syntax of select class. Now just put a mouse pointer on it. It is not detecting. It should detect. What is the issue? Mm, it should be detecting. Or I need to add something. They're all unnecessary issues. Can you copy this one in your local and see what it is responding? Can someone quickly check? I'm pasting it.
Yeah, it's coming, Vinod.
What it's coming?
Fix project setup before we import it, right? Like that, it's coming. Create class, select.
Okay. Don't know what is it. See, this is all unnecessary. Okay. So let's see. Now, okay. So now this is a select class, right? So now first thing is like first we need to identify the drop down. right? Then only the first step is completed. Now, how to identify the drop down? I'll identify the drop down with the help of a find element. Okay, with the help of a find element. It's coming now. No, oh, it is not coming. It is an issue. No. Can others check whether it is coming in your system? This ID it is showing drop down ID select the menu. Okay, send me the package name automatic instead of wasting time.
Yes, Vinod, 1 second.
Quickly.
For me, again, it's coming. Click here to automate configure build path.
Okay. Okay, send me the first package name. Let's see first this. Let's stop this. It's working fine. And why just throwing an error? What happened? Just send it to me quickly.
Yes, Vinod, 1 second. I am creating again project for me getting that error.
Oh no, that's okay. Really, anybody else checked it? It is working fine in your system.
No, Vinod, same error.
Oh, now it's coming. See here. Now it is coming. Okay. See here. This one.
Yes.
Select this one. Now it is gone. See. I don't know why. Support dot UI dot select. It just came in now. Okay. Now let's come back to this. Now, what we said with the help of select a class, right? With the help of ID, because this was developed using select a tag, we are using select a class. But what is ID? We have got the ID from here, it's ID name. Now this line, what we have done, we have identifying the first drop down. Now we have three options to select the value from it. Now if we go here and these are the 1, 2, 3, 4 values, right? Now what is the first way of selecting a value? Now 0 to 1, right? There is a value of 0 to 1. If I want to select this value, I can use there's a method called s dot select by visible text. Select by visible text. If I put it in double quotes, what is that? It is showing copy exactly the same. Don't write it. Copy from here and put it inside. Okay. This is select by visible text. Whatever is visible value, you are copying it. What is the other method? What is the third method? Select by index. See here, index. Now index always starts, see here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4.
If I give 4, ideally it should start with 0 only. This fellow has given differently here. The value is starting from this 0, 1, right? The value is starting from here. So always it should start from 0, 1, 2, 3 like this. But they have started, select an option also, they have started with 0. See here. Okay. But we'll go whatever is written here. Now if I want to select a value of 10 plus, I'm selecting a 4. Now, what is the other method? Select by, we have used index, select by value.
Mm.
Okay. Select by value. So it is the same thing what we have selected here. Now here the first thing is very importantly what you need to observe, right? You need to observe is the main difference is the select a tag and select a class. In the interview, people will ask, how do you automate? If it is not done by, if it's not done by select a tag, how will you automate? How will you automate? What is your answer? That we discuss in 1 or 2 days. But how do you do it in a, with the help of a select a tag? By using selector, select
Class.
class. Okay, select a class. Can you write and see if it is working in your system? Again, tomorrow you'll say this is not working, that's not working. I want you to write and see. Text is text box. Okay. If any project is created, copy that and see. Let me know.
It's working for me, Vinod.
Who is that? Just tell the names. Who is that? Niharika.
Yes, yes.
Acha. Okay. Others, please. What's going on? Others are doing. I'm waiting for you guys, please. Okay. Okay. So now what we are understanding, I think we will take time. Okay. So now this is done. This is done. Select is done. What is there? Value. So always, I think this is here some kind of a confusion we have. So always drop down value start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So select a value. If it is, he has named as 3. These are the select by value. Okay. Value 4. Okay. Now it is throwing an error desired by deselect. Okay. Now there's no value in it. So we'll see how it is working. Let's see this one.
I
This one.
think 10 minus 1 index
10
will
minus.
start with 0. So we have the 10 values, that is 9.
No, these are only 1, 2, 3, 4 values.
Yes.
Okay, so that's fine. This is a dummy when that's a confusion. So this is dummy value.
Okay.
So try to practice. There are 3 methods. So try to check if any other drop downs in the other websites that will give you good experience. This is dummy actually. Nobody is using it just for the practice purpose
Okay.
only. Okay. Now
Mm.
select by visible by text is something whatever is visible as a like which is inside the drop down value we can put it. Index is something it starts with 0. All the drop down values starts with 0. Remember this every time starts with 0. Select by value. Developer will give different values. See here he has given 1, 2, 3, 4. So he has given 1 for this value, 2 for this value. Okay, ideally that should come here. Okay, now okay, so that is the value, but this because of this drop down he has created a dummy because they did not follow the proper structure. That's fine. There's nothing to worry about it. So now this is the date tag. Now date tag, date tag is this is called basically a date picker. The moment you click on it, uh, see the date will open. The date window is opening. This is altogether a different automation altogether. But for us, for now, what we do is we'll use this as a pass the value. We'll use pass the value here. Then we'll identify this one. Then of a text. Now it is ID is there. Yeah, there is ID here. So I'll pass on this to my scripting. Okay. Now I take ID. Dot send keys. Now I'll pass on the what format it is asking. Month, date, year.
Date
12,
year.
2025. Okay, that's fine. Now let's save it. Okay, now the last one is what? Last one is submit button. Do I have an ID here? Oh, there is no ID. He has used class. Okay, he has used class. Now remember what is other name? What is the what did we learn in terms of locators? Class name is also one locator, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Class name is also one locator.
One
Remember,
locator.
Yes, Vinod.
Yes, Vinod.
right? So So, okay, let me put it in this way. So there is one more locator, which is a link text.
Link text.
So whenever you wanted to click on any link, right? Whenever there is an opportunity or whenever we have an option to click on any button or a link, we use link text. This is your one of the locator. So I thought of telling after 1 or 2 days, but we need this one now. Now, how should I write it? How should I write it? I go here. It's as simple as that. Now I'll copy this one, paste it here. In place of ID, what I pick up? LINK, link
Link
text.
text.
What is the link text he's passing? Value is what? Submit, right?
Yes.
Value is submit. Submit is a link, right? See here, submit is a link. Now I'll pass submit. What I'm doing here? Click,
Yes.
right? Save it. All good. No error here. No project errors. Why there is a? It shows error. Okay. Oh, we have added this package. Let's remove this one. Let's see how it's going to run it. Done. Such a fast.
Yes, we know.
You saw it.
Yes.
You saw that execution.
Yes.
Everything is done. No error at all. Okay. Okay. Now it is running so fast, right? You can't see that. Okay. You can't see the execution. Or let's say sometimes you want to hold that execution for some time. Okay. So in order to tell the script to wait for certain seconds or certain amount of time, so we have a wait methods concepts in our scripting. Why do we need wait methods? Wait method, we make sure that we balance the speed of the script and the web page. Now, the example, the moment this is the maximize window, the moment maximize happens, it will search for this, it will launch the URL. The moment it will launch the URL, right? The next line itself is this one. Though there is a space, it will not wait for anything. The moment it is launched, maybe the elements might load little late. It will search for what? It will search for this particular text box. Vice versa, everything it will search immediately. So now it is not failing, but let's say if there is any script failure because of not element identified. So what we do is we add some kind of a mandatory stop time. Now thread.sleep is a Java based wait method, which is a mandatory stop. The moment you mention this line, script will hold for that many seconds. But the value which is taking inside this sleep is a milliseconds. Okay, it is a milliseconds. Ideally, it should throw an error. Okay, see here. The moment I write this method thread.sleep, 5000 is a milliseconds. The moment I write this, it is throwing an error. What it's saying? What is an error? So it's saying add throws declaration. It means it is telling, hey boss, you are adding this thread.sleep. Very good. But do you know by adding this, it will stop this execution for 5000 milliseconds. Then only this remaining line of code will be executed. Are you okay? Then if I'm okay with that, I say add declaration. It's saying throws interrupted exception. So even though there is an exception or holding for that much time, I'm still fine to proceed further, right? So this is how you write, which is not a good practice, writing this thread dot sleep, but to just to showcase the execution time, I'm I'm adding this particular one. Let's write here. Okay, in real time, people will not use this thread dot sleep, but again, it depends on situation to situation. Why it is throwing an error? No, it is not error, right? Warning. Okay, that's fine. Then we'll execute it. Now we'll see that script is holding for 5000 milliseconds. It has entered. It is waiting now. Maximized. It has entered Vinod Kumar Kiwi lead. Again waiting for 5000 milliseconds. It has entered, selected all the values. It is waiting. It is entering the date. It is waiting for 5000 milliseconds. Submitted. That's it. Now you see the script executed successfully. Got it? Everyone? Guys,
Yes,
hope you're following it.
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
All right. Good. All right. Any doubts? Any doubts so far? Then we'll talk about the assignments for today. Any doubts so far? I know you need to practice, but do you want anything to be explained again?
No, we don't.
Others?
No, we know.
Nothing.
Hey, where is this Sandeep again? He left. I don't know what this guy is really. Okay, that's fine. I don't know people. I already told him if he's leaving, he should let me know. All of a sudden he's leaving. He has exited it. 12:56 nearly. Almost 25-30 minutes back. Okay. All right. So now first thing is I'm is that let me okay that can you copy this link I'm sharing in the chatting window where you should be automating? You copied this link, right, everyone?
Yes, Mummy.
Okay. So you should be automating. I want 5 scenarios in that 5 scenarios. Example, create different roles. Now different names, different job titles like this. Highest level of education. Oh, let's share the screen. Okay. Now this is the website that we have learned, right? So create username, password, try your first name, last name differently, job title differently. Select one high school, male and female like this, different options. Do it for 5 different scenarios. Okay, that is point number one. And apply all this wherever is possible. Apply all the now after this you do this is the first assignment. Second, automate the Gmail your Gmail login with your username and password. You change your password after that, or you create dummy username. I don't know, but automate your Gmail login page. Automate your Gmail login page. Make a note. Automate your Gmail login page with testing username and password, whatever way you want to write, and validate the username is valid or invalid. How do you validate if a username and password is right or wrong using automation scripting?
Test cases.
How do you validate?
If else condition, we will give string.
Yeah, but how will you validate? How will you know that it is a valid username and password?
Expected result I accept.
Meeting the actual result.
Okay, think over and validate your Gmail, right? That is scenario number one. Scenario number third scenario. Third scenario is uh, write an automation script to validate this for me application form is successful or failure. Automate this for me web page. It means that you have to write all the script, and once you submit it, your script should display whether the application form is submitted or not, properly submitted or not. It should display on the console.
First one once again, What is the first one?
First one is this only, no? See, for me application, prepare automation scripting for 5 scenarios for different job titles. Prepare for different user, prepare QA lead or project manager, or Scrum master, something like this. Different scenarios. And for different scenarios, select the higher level of education differently. So each time pass the different test data inside this form. Second one is the Gmail application. Do a login page automation where you will pass as username password. Then you will validate whether that username and password is successful or not. Third one is this for me application. Take any scenario, right? If I pass username correctly, the password correctly, it should display the form is right. So once you input all these details, then if you click on submit button, your console, your script should tell that form is successful or not. How many scenarios total?
Three. Three.
Three. Okay,
Three.
three. So first one will have 5 scenarios. First one will have 5 scenarios because you will be creating for 5 different roles, 5 different inputs. So 5 scripts for that. One Gmail login verification and one for me application verification. So 5, 6, 7 scripts. You got it right?
Yes, Vinod.
Any doubts, please? I'll wait for 5 minutes. You tell me if you have any doubts in that question.
I can't understand last scenario, third, which is for my website validation.
What you did not understand, tell me in that.
How to validate?
Yeah, so you saw right, once we click on submit button, the application form is getting submitted, correct?
Yes, Vinod.
So think logically, how can you print on the console whether the application is submitted successfully or not?
Okay.
You understand what is the question there again?
Yes,
Yes,
Vinod.
Vinod.
I'll wait for 5 minutes more. Please read that questions correctly. See again, if you have doubts after 2 days, I'll not accept. You ask doubts today. You have 3 questions in front of you. Read the question and tell me if you have any confusion in the question.
ఇంతసేపు ఎవడన్నా
So who was that? No doubts, guys? Okay, already time, no
No,
problem. I'll wait for 5 minutes. Okay, all right. So tomorrow there will be a change of time. I'll tell you tomorrow. Acha, 10. All right, tomorrow it will be 10. Acha. Tomorrow it will be same time. So tomorrow it will be only 1 hour session. So uh, the assignments you can do at your leisure. Whenever you get time, you can do it. So tomorrow onwards, we'll be continuing this session. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. So we'll catch up tomorrow at 11.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వినోద్.
Thank you, Vinod.
Thank you.